Welcome back to another video, guys. So yeah, today it's another weekend. Basically, yeah, we've had some goodies come in and we're working on the car today, hopefully. I just want to get some bits done, so I'm going to probably break this into a couple of videos for you guys, so it's not as long as the last one. But let me know in the comments if you do like the longer sort of videos or you like the short videos, so let me know. And yeah, I'll try and sort of make them fit if you like. So yeah, today we've got some goodies, like I said. We've got a brand new welder, so that's definitely being put into use. So we can get rid of the old Wolf weld thing down there. I bought that second hand anyway, so its life expectancy was unknown. But it did me a couple of jobs. It worked on the Saxo that I had before. Yeah, so I did some jobs on that. But yeah, we've got another flux core no gas MIG welder. I'm not the best at MIG welding. I am trying to learn it still. I can just put down a basic bead, nothing too special, nothing fancy, but this will do the job. That's all I need. The welds aren't seen and I can always clean them up and then they'll be painted over with anyway. So this is just handy for me. I know a lot of people are going to obviously say use gas, things like that, but I've had good use with this, with flux weld, and I've used gas as well, so I know you can get better welds with them, but I just wanted a cheap, easy welder, and this is it. So yeah, we've got one of these. We're going to unbox that and get that set up. And then the other goodie I've got is in this box here. So I've also wanted for quite some time a compressor, like I said in one of the other videos. So we're going to get that set up. I did have a clean up in my garage, but I didn't obviously want to film it for you guys. I don't think you wanted to see that. But we've got the toolbox over here now. We've got all the jerry cans, brake fluids, buckets, and empty cartons and things like that for oil changes in there. The dolly creeper crawler thing here is just in there as well, so I've tucked that in there. And then yeah, just organised all my tools, got it all cleaned up. Yeah, so we've got everything in here, a bit more manageable than it was. So we've got all the tools as normal. So yeah, we got all that on top. Just put some stickers down on the toolbox. None of these are sponsors, they're just good brands that I like to use. And yeah, that's it. So we've got the tow dolly and everything over here. You can't look at that yet, don't look at that. Yeah, so we've got the compressor. We're going to use that. We're going to get that situated in that corner there. That's why I've cleaned up that little space there. We've got the 5-piece kit that came with it. So it came with a spray gun. So I don't know how good they are, but got a spray gun. We've got a paraffin gun, which it says on the website. I've never actually used one of these before, so yeah, whatever that does. And then we've got a cheap budget sort of airline hose that came in the kit. And then the one that I really wanted, which is quite handy for having around here, is because Rita doesn't have a 12-volt socket yet, that front tyre keeps going down all the time, and it's had a new seal and it's had a bead sealant around on the inside of the rim. So that's going down quite drastically, so I don't know if that wheel's going to have to be refurbed basically. But we've got the socket up here waiting to go in. It's just I haven't got time to get round to it yet because I want it done quite well. And electrical obviously takes quite a while to route it around the engine bay to get it to the power to sit quite nicely in there. So that's obviously still quite a prototype, and I need to test it actually works properly. So yeah, we've got a tyre inflator gauge that came out of here. So we've got that just there, and then the last one I think is in here. Oh, we've got the bottle for the actual spray gun. So you can put your paint in that. So that's, I believe, a gravity-fed one. And then we've got just a blow-off gun. So when you're working, and you need to just sort of blow off any dust if you were painting or on your clothes, anything like that. You can just blow it all out and basically use the air out of the tank to actually blow it out. So you don't have to worry about, you know, using brushes and things like that, I suppose, to clean. Yeah, so that's that. That's the little kit that it came with. That's actually quite a good price for all those tools, even if they just work a few times, I suppose. You know, it's only a few quid. And that's another thing as well I noticed with tools. You know, yes, I've got all these other tools and they're cordless, and I love the Ryobi tools. Obviously, they are a lot more money. So I wanted to try the compressor idea. The setup cost is obviously quite a lot more than what you'd pay for some tools. But once it is set up, the tools are 20 quid, £30. You know, it depending what brand, obviously, and things like that you can go down. Yeah, they're not very expensive, and if they break, they break. You know, it's 20 quid. You can just buy another one. For the sake of, you know, a few quid, it's not as much inconvenience as it is buying, say, £120 tool. So yeah, I like the idea of that, and it's just something else as well, because all my tools that I bought originally, I had a garage where it had no power, so I needed cordless tools or a generator, and I thought, I don't really want to be buying all the tools and a generator when all I could do is, when I found out about Ryobi tools, everything cordless, fantastic. That's all the tools I needed: power, impacts, grinders, drills. I bought a little Hoover thing for it. The only thing obviously was the batteries are quite expensive. But yeah, anyway, they were a good solution for that idea. But now I've got power in the garage, so I don't have to charge the batteries. I've only got the basic charger, which takes like 4+ hours easily, maybe 8 hours to charge one of my 4 amp batteries. So obviously, if I need to do any work on anything, I obviously charge them the night before, but they can run out quite easily in a grinder. Half an hour worth of grinding, 45 minutes of grinding. You can kill one of those batteries so quickly. So, and obviously on this car here, on the red car, Rita, I'm going to be wanting to do a lot of grinding and cleaning up. So what I bought was one of these little die grinders. So it's basically like a Dremel, but more like, I don't know what you call it, bit beefier, you know, it can take a bit more punishment and do bigger jobs rather than just your little fine detail modelling jobs like a Dremel does. Yeah, it's a bit more robust, a bit more stronger, and it'll do the job a bit better. But I needed one of these because, like I said before, when we're cleaning up that inside edge down here, I was going to use it down here in this corner, and then I can clean up some of this seam sealer and getting in all these little awkward spaces that a grinder just can't do it, because you know, not only are the actual areas not flat, there's lots of brackets and things in the way that you don't obviously want to be hitting. So yeah, we've got that to do those little jobs, and they get in tight little, you know, fiddly spaces. So yeah, we got that. The other things I've got, which I had to work out because I haven't had a compressor before, is all the hose line connections and things like that, hose fittings. So I thought, instead of having this hose, which, to be honest with you, looks a bit measly, doesn't it? It don't look very good. I thought I'd get a proper hose. I've got a 15-metre hose as well, so that if I do need to run it out the driveway, out to a car that's on the drive, this should fit, because this is only 5 metres in here, and it should be at least another 5 or 10 on the drive to the end. So we've got plenty of hose for that. So that's pretty good. Yeah, we've got one of those, and that'll do a lot of that stuff. And then we've got all the hose fittings and connection points in here. I was recommended one of these. This is a swivel connector, so you can actually put that on the end of a tool. So that'll go there on the end of a tool, and then when you're actually using the tool, instead of the hose binding up on that part, you can actually swivel the tool, and the hose won't kink on the end of it, basically. So yeah, so that was quite good. You know, for a couple of quid, it's quite handy to have. And then another thing you must need is PTFE tape. So put this on the actual the threads of everything, and then that'll create a decent seal, and you won't get any leaks, basically hose leaks. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get all this set up and go from there. We're gonna unbox it all and see if we can get it running today. And there we go, guys. So yeah, we've got the compressor all unboxed, and yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Looks quite nice for what it was. It's a Impax. It's oil free, and it's a 24-litre tank. So yeah, it's not too bad. Looks quite nice. Looks well made. Just the only thing we've got to assemble by the looks of it is the wheels. So I'm not sure if I even put that on, to be honest, because it's only ever going to sit in that corner. So I think I might just leave them off. Oh, we've got the bleeder just down here. So that's what happens when you basically, as a compressor has, I don't know if any of you guys have had one. The compressor won't turn that off. So yeah, the compressor will basically have, well, it naturally will create water in the tank, which is no good for it, obviously. So what you're going to need to do is obviously take this out somewhere with the water that comes out of that drain there. And yeah, so we're going to hook this up, see if it works, and give it a go, basically. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It looks really nice. Yeah, let's put it in there. Guys, so it's been about 10 minutes or so. I've just been setting up a lot of the tools as well. Yeah, compressor's all set up. It's working, running, and works really well. We got the 15-meter hose that's all connected. We got the swivel connector all connected, so that's what it does. So it stops the so you got a bit more adjustment in your hose. So if you were painting a car, you're not restricted by the hose, and then you might accidentally damage the paint. You can actually, you know, adjust your wrist, if you like, to the connector, rather than the connector adjusting your wrist basically to where it wants to go. So yeah, we've got one of them. Got a female connector on there, and then obviously you just put a load of males like this on the end of your tools. I'm just tightening this one up, and like you can see, you can just stick the tape on all the threads. Stops all the leaks, so that's got all them done on it. So that's permanently how that will stay, and then obviously you just adjust. You just put, well, you don't adjust, you put all your tools obviously into there like that. So that'll be the main ends that you would use all the time. That end's always going to be fixed unless you swap the hose out, which I probably won't. Yeah, so if no one's ever had one of these, it's pretty simple. You got your pressure gauges that you must obviously monitor and make sure they don't obviously get into dangerous numbers. Then this fit in here, I had to buy a new one because the one that came fitted with it is like a stumpy one. So yeah, I had to swap it out because, as you can see there, it's about, what, 10mm smaller without that plastic part there. So yeah, that uses different connections, and I've used the ones that are longer. So yeah, you'll need to swap that out, which is easy enough. You just take a adjustable there and just undo it and put the new one in. Make sure you put that PTFE tape in here and on all the connections, anything with a thread, because it will leak. So yeah, to turn it on, you just flick this red button up, you just pull it upwards, or you push it down to turn it off. And then if you need to actually bleed the system, which I did, it's this little pin cable down here. I don't know if you can see it, that one. Yeah, you pull that way away from the actual machine, and that'll release all the pressure in the system so that you can actually work safely with any tools and you don't pull it off and it's got a load of pressure in the system. And obviously if you need to bleed the system, which is obviously down here, that little bleed nipple underneath. And that's about it really. There's not much to a compressor. Pretty simple, pretty easy, but like I say, just read the instructions, be really careful with it. It does say about obviously certain things that you must and mustn't do. And yeah, apart from that, hopefully it should be a good addition to the garage, good little tool to have. I'm going to set up the rest of my tools now. But yeah, if you like the video guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and thanks for watching. I hope that was informative for some people. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers guys.